Hey everybody, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rich Roberts. I'm from the Harp and Bowl Ascension group, and I have, by the Lord's grace, determined a way to capture scribe notes in a very streamlined fashion. And I would love to be able to have the privilege to share that with you. Just an overview of what it is anything that is spoken on the Zoom conversation or in the microphone is captured and transcribed with this method, so that you quite literally just let the technology do all the scribing for you. So that way, everybody who is in the Ascension group can be fully engaged and later go over the notes uh, at their leisure. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop this video and move over to another type of recording where I can actually demonstrate the entire procedure. So I'll see you in just a second. Okay, so the first step is to download a free open source software package. It's called OBS, Open Broadcast Suite or System or something. So we're going to go to Google here and do a search for OBS download. And I'm going to go ahead and press enter. And you can see the second link that comes up is obsproject.com. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And here you can see that it's supported on all three major computer platforms, computer operating system platforms. So you have Windows, Mac, and Linux. I'm running Windows on mine, Windows 10. So I'm going to click on Windows. And if you look down here, on the bottom of the screen, you can see where it's downloading it. It's 106 megabytes. Downloads pretty quick. It has 30 seconds left to go. And I'll pause the video for a second so it'll go faster. Okay, so now you can see that it is fully downloaded. You can basically just click on it and it will launch the installation process, which you can just keep hitting next and just go through that installation process. And once that is complete, then you can move to the phase of actually opening it. So the first thing that we need to do is open up OBS Studio. So you click on Start and then type in OBS, and it'll come up OBS Studio. And once it opens up, it'll open up this application here that you're looking at. Now, I already have this one configured for several things. I'm going to show you how to actually configure this stuff. So let's say that that you want to make a new scene, right? A scene is basically the type of project that you're intending to capture. So what you do is you click on the plus sign, or you right click and you choose Add. And after you do that, you can give it a name. You can give it any name, like we could call it Cool Scribing or something, you know, for Ascensions. But you can literally call it anything that you want to. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Now, you are not going to be able to see my face right now. I can switch back, you know, between these just dynamically. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the plus sign now, and I'm going to add a display capture. Now this display capture, what it's going to do is it's going to capture what is being displayed on your computer. All right, so I'm going to hit OK on that. And you get to select what monitor you want. You know, if you have more than one monitor, well, you can select which one that you want. So see, I have that. I have OBS displayed on this one, which is why it's going in infinitely, repeating itself. In my other monitor, this is what I have. I just have this picture here going on right now. So I'm going to switch back to display 0 and hit OK. Oh, and you can capture the cursor too. You don't have to capture the cursor. You know, like if you're just trying to like capture a video or something and you don't want the cursor going across the screen, you can uncheck that, and then the cursor won't be there. So go ahead and hit OK on that, and then right click again under sources and choose video capture device. Okay. Now, video capture device, what that's going to do is that is going to capture the image of you on your camera that you're using. So you hit OK on that. You can select your, whichever one that you want if you have multiple different ones. And then you just hit OK on that. Now, it's not showing up on this profile because you can only use one at a time. But if I switch to this one, I'm up and running. So okay, so I'm gonna actually delete this one, remove that, and then hit yes. And I'm gonna use this default one that I'm using here. So so we have my mic. Oh yeah, and then we also have an audio input capture device as well, which is my my Logitech camera microphone is what that's going to capture. Okay, so the next thing to do is to go through and do some configurations within the software. After we have all that, oh, and you can move this around too. For the video capture device, you can move this around anywhere you want to on the screen, and you can size it. You can make it different sizes. Make it really small, make it really big, and if you want to kind of size it this way, you can hold down Alt and move it this way, or whichever direction that you want to do. Okay, so next thing to do is settings. So I'm going to make another segment for that. Okay, so for this segment, we're going to go to settings, which we can either go to File, Settings, or we could have just hit Settings over here too. All right, so let's see here. These are the settings that you basically want to set. And you can just basically copy what I have on mine for yours. But I'm going to go through and some specific areas too. We don't need to worry about streaming services. Output, this is important. So now, if this is set to simple mode, you can set it to advanced. And then you're going to want to set your bit rate to 2500, rate control to CBR, and click on the recording tab. And within the recording tab, you can actually go through and you can set the place where your videos are going to end up at, that you're creating, and this will be the folder that it ends up in. And then, oh, just so you know, some of these items are grayed out because I'm actively recording. And while you're actively recording, you can't make setting changes. But if I was not actively recording, you would be able to make these changes. Okay, so you're going to want to set the recording format to MP4. You're going to want the encoder to be NVENC.H high definition.264. I think that stands for high definition. And you're going to want to do the rescale output of 1920 by 1080, which is 1080p, which is a really a clear way of being able to see the videos crisply, like when you upload them on YouTube or whatever. I mean, in your guys' case, you may not actually be showing the videos, but instead transcribing them, which I'm going to get to it later on in the lesson. So the rate control should be CBR, the bit rate 40,000, etc., etc. Now the audio, I don't think the audio part needs to change. Not in that spot anyway. Now, the desktop audio device, you're going to want to have that set to default, because what that does is it records the audio that is inside of your desktop. So if you had a YouTube video playing or an MP3 playing or whatever, and you could hear it, and you can play it within your desktop, you would actually capture that audio, right? Not the audio coming from your speakers, but it redirects the audio that you're hearing from your speakers through the software as though as though you're listening to it through your speakers. So you definitely want to have that enabled if you want sounds within your system to be captured. Desktop audio device 2 can just be disabled. You don't have to set the mic auxiliary audio device to your actual camera microphone or whatever, but it's I do it anyways. It doesn't it can be default. You definitely don't want it disabled, but I just set it. So there's that. All right, now let's go back over to video here. Now, for the base canvas resolution, you're going to want to change this to 1920 by 1080. And that will mean that while you're recording, what you're looking at is going to be 1080p, which is basically really, really high-end graphics. Now, by default, the output scaled resolution is lower. So if you put this video up on YouTube and you look at it, you're going to be like, wow, the quality went way down. And the reason why is because you need to set this to the same thing. So set that to 1920 by 1080. And then the common frames per second values can be 60. Now hotkeys are pretty cool. Basically what you can do is you can choose. Oh, I can just clear those out. What you can do is you can click inside of one of these fields and then press a button on your keyboard, and it will map that button to perform that action. So, for example, right now I'm recording. You can see where it says stop recording. If I was to press the F6 button right now, the recording would stop. And if I was to press the F5 button, it would then restart back up again. So let's go to advanced now, and you can set hotkeys for anything that you want. For the process priority, you're going to want to have that set to above normal. It's usually at normal. You don't want to have it at high because it'll take up way too many resources, but you definitely want to have it above normal so that you can get some nice crisp clarity. The render should be Direct3D 11. The color format should be NV12. And I think that is everything for configuration of OBS. All right, so the next thing that you want to do is begin recording. So, you can put this in a different spot on your desktop so that people don't see it. Like if I was to move it over here, you would just see this screen that you're looking at now. And but I'm going to move it back anyway. So to start recording, you hit start recording, and then you do whatever you're going to do. You go through your entire Ascension process, your Ascension session, and then at the end of the session, you hit stop recording. And when you hit stop recording, it's going to upload your video in the spot where you saved it. So remember, it's under settings, output, or no, oh yeah, settings, output, recording tab, and then recording path right here. So mine go under C users rich videos. So if I open up my folder here, you can see C users rich videos, and this is what they look like when they come out. They go by date and timestamp. And then you can just double click it to test it out, see what it does, and that's pretty much it for making the actual video. Now I'm going to stop this video here for a second, and then we'll move on to the upload process for YouTube, which will then grant us access to begin transcribing. All right, I'll see you in a second. So one thing that I do want to say really quick about OBS is you don't have to go through all those settings every time. You go through those settings once, and then you're done. When you want to do a recording for an Ascension, you just open it up and then you hit start. You hit start recording, and then when you're done, you hit stop recording, and it'll pop the file over, and then you can continue to the next phase, which I'll go over in just a second here. Awesome. I just wanted to give you guys some encouragement on that because I know that there was a lot of stuff that we just went over, and um, so yeah. Okay. We'll keep going here. Okay, so here we are. So currently I have YouTube open. If you do not have an account, I would recommend creating an account. Just click the icon up here, the round icon. And currently I have an option for sign out, but there would be an option for creating an account. It's pretty straightforward, so just click through, create your account, and then log into your account, and you'll be at a place looking something like this. The next thing that you want to do is upload the video. So see this little gray camera icon with the white plus sign? We'll just go ahead and click on that and then choose upload video. And it brings us to a screen here where we can upload a video. Now, some of the Ascensions that people do are private, and we don't want, and if you want to make sure that people aren't going to be able to see it, you're going to want to change this setting right here to private. Okay, that's important, because if you forget to put that there, then that means that if you leave it public, everybody in the world is going to be able to see it. So if you want to keep your video private, set it to that, and before you proceed. Okay, so I recorded this long video here, and so all I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it from the folder where it was saved at over to this area here, and then I'm going to release, and it's going to begin uploading. Okay, now as it's uploading, if you want to like have a nice picture on YouTube, you know, for it, like later on, if you want to look at it, you can go to custom thumbnail, and you can choose, you know, something like Cloud Heaven or whatever I have, and when you do that, that's the image that'll come up for the video. And again, you want to make sure it's set to private. And this right here, this is where you set the name on it. You know, so you call this, I would call it like Harp and Bowl Ascension, maybe the date. Like, so if it was if it was today, it would be 05/06/2018. You know, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't really matter what it is. But then you just hit done, and it says it's going to take a really long time to upload this video. So, and then you can go back to return to editing. But that's okay because it has really good quality. And once the video is done, you will actually be able to go here to this link, and you'll be able to see the video playing. And when you have it set to private, only your account will be able to see it. Nobody else will be able to see it. If you had it set to unlisted, that would mean that the public internet would not be able to search for it, but you would still be able to send the link to other people to be able to view it, right? But if you have it set to private, it's you and only you. So you can just post the link in right here in another web page, and it'll tell you that it's not done yet. It'll say this video is still being processed, and that's exactly what's happening. It's uploading, and it takes a while to do this process. So I'm going to stop the video, and I'm going to come back when the video is uploaded, and then we'll continue from there. Okay, so now that the video is uploaded, you want to go over here to the this small round icon again, and go to Creator Studio. Now, I do want to say that if you just uploaded a video, I just determined this. If you just now uploaded the video, the subtitle automatic transcription that I'm going to show you isn't available until after a certain amount of time has passed. You can type in your own subtitles if you want to, but you know, obviously you don't want to do that. So what you do is you wait a certain period of time for those automatic subtitles to be ready for you. So I'm going to show you what it looks like for them not to be ready for you. So I'm going to click on Edit on the Harp and Bowl one that I just put up, and I'm going to go over to Subtitles CC up here on the top right heading, And I'm going to click on, you just click here, go to add new subtitles or closed captioning CC, and you can hit English. Now here, this is different than if it's already automatically done it. You could do transcribe and auto sync or create new subtitles or CC, and if you click on that, then you can play the video. I guess it's working on transcribing it right now. Before, when I did this, like just a couple minutes after I uploaded it, all of this stuff right here was not available. But since it's available, I'll just show you the correct way of doing it. But sometimes this is not available. If this was not available, you would have seen another box appear to the right side of the video where you could start the video and pause the video and type in the subtitles dynamically as you were listening to it, just like a normal transcriptionist. But as you can see here, the automatic transcription has taken place, and you can see all these different things that have been captured, but it looks like it's hard to get it. So what you do is, over here in the actions menu, what you do is you select on auto generate, or actually select download, and that's going to create a captions.sbv file. So if you open that, you can choose what program you want to open it with, and I want to open it with Notepad, and so I'm just going to hit OK on that. And here you can see all the different closed captioning files. Now there's also another one. Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay, so from there, there is a website that you can go to where you can actually remove the timestamps out of this captured file, so that you can just have, you know, the text that you're looking for, the transcribed text. Okay, so give me 1 second, and I'll be right back. All right, so we have all the subtitles here, and we captured them onto this notepad. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you want to go to a different website. The website is https://anatolt.ru/t/del-timestamp-srt.html. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click inside this notepad, and I'm going to hit Control A, which selects everything. You can also do Edit, Select All. That does the same thing. And then I'm going to right click and go to Copy, and you can also go to Edit Copy. Same thing. And I'm going to paste it in this area right here. I'm going to do Control V as in Victor, and that will pop it in here. And now I'm going to click Do the Job. And as you can see here, it removes all the timestamps. So I'm going to do Control A again and to select it all. And then I'm going to do Control C to copy it all. And I'm going to come back over here to this notepad and do Control A to select it all. Hit backspace to delete it all. And Control V to paste in what I just copied with the new titles. And as you can see, all of the timestamps are now removed. And everything is all set up to where we can, you can, make it look nice by formatting it like this and stuff. Now, I also have some program code for Visual Basic for Applications, which is a programming language within Microsoft Excel. And that code will go through and it will delete all of the spaces, and it will also bring all the text up just like I was formatting it here. So you'll just have one big paragraph chunk. If you guys want to be desire to have that code, definitely let me know, and I'll send it to you. But that's pretty much it. So this will definitely make it so that you can be on your Ascension call, record everything, and then later on upload it to YouTube, capture the subtitles, pop them in here, and then you got it. You got it all. Then it just takes a few minutes to go through and make sure that you have everything formatted the way that it'd be nice for the group to view it, and you're done. You're good. That way you can spend more time focusing in on the Ascension and not so much on the scribing. All right. So if you guys have any questions, please do let me know. I would be happy to help out in any way that I can. And I really appreciate you taking the time to listen. And I just pray that the Lord would bless you all in the mighty name of Jesus. And you guys have a wonderful day. Grace and peace.